I'm going to start a series of videos about my experience as a investment or investor. Sorry, I'm a real person and I don't have a script. So yes, I try to invest buying a single-family property, and it could not have gone any worse wrong. And the things I learned from that, I want to pass on. I won't name names because this can be anybody, any company, any property, any whatever. It's universal. So I won't name any names or any addresses or any cities or any of that. I'm just going to pass on my personal experience and what I've learned in the process. Because, you know, even when I search now, I only find this information if I have very specific words and very specific phrases. If I don't have those words or phrases, it won't come up. You will never find out. And I'm going to tell you things that I'm not sure anyone else is going to tell you. So I'm going to start with where it all starts when you buy a property. I'm going to start with the broker. Because even though you have a realtor who will help you, or maybe you found a property yourself that you want to invest in, but most likely you'll have a realtor. But I'll address the realtor after I address the broker, because you go to the broker first, because the realtor won't even talk to you unless you are approved for a loan. So brokers, you know, and I thought that I had assembled a team of because I knew these people. I knew these people for quite some time, you know, and they all knew what I was trying to do. And I made the big mistake of thinking that they were on my side, trying to help me succeed in investing. No, what they had on their mind was, she's an investor, so I am entitled to her money. That is what they have on their mind. And no one will tell you this. You'll only hear this from me. So they look at you as the investor, and they are entitled to your money if you are, you know, doing business with them. In other words, getting a loan from them. They are not there to help you succeed. They are there to take your money. And even though maybe you're sitting there thinking to yourself, oh, this should be a no-brainer. Well, yeah, I know that they have a fee, but they don't tell you up front how they're setting that fee up. And what I found out and saw and didn't realize in these documents is that sometimes they put stuff in there like LLCs that they run, and they add fees for that in there, or their origination fee is extremely high. So my advice to you is to not believe that the broker that you are dealing with and that you have, that they want to help you succeed. Shop around. Nobody is your friend in this business. Nobody. And I had to find out the hard way that no one is your friend when you are investing. Nobody. And even if you think you have assembled a team, like your broker, your realtor, you have people assembled, a contractor, you have an inspector who does good. Appraisers are ordered by the lender, so you don't really have too much control over that. But you think you have assembled a team to help you make this come together and to be a success for you. I found out that this is absolutely not the case, and it's very sad. You know, I thought that I had educated myself enough, that I had confidence in going into a real estate property and investment property, and I ended up losing so much money that you know, it's totally a shame, and I'm very sorry. I'm sorry for myself that this happened to me, but now I'm determined to put this information out, because like I said, no one will tell you this, and if you search and you don't have the right words, you won't find this information. So your broker, don't let him be a pompous peacock who thinks that he's entitled to your money. And that is my very first advice to you, that he's not your friend, he's not looking out for you, he's not going to get you the best loan, he's only looking for his fee, and you need to shop around. You need to really shop around and ask as many people. Ask them, what is your broker fee? And then ask them if the loan that you are getting into, ask them what kind of terms are going to be attached to that loan, because investment loans are different than when you purchase a loan for your residence. So in my case, the loan had a prepayment penalty, the type of loan that I needed, and I didn't know that. And even when I search, that will not come up unless I specifically type in prepayment penalty. So, you know, again, if you don't have the words and if you don't know to look for that, then you just don't know, and your broker won't tell you. He just won't. He'll just let you stumble right into it. You'll get the document, and if you weren't prepared for that, if you didn't know that, now you're in a loan where you have a prepayment penalty plus a balloon payment at the end. Okay, so I'm passing on my pearls of wisdom to you, especially if you're trying to invest in properties, single family properties, for, you know, to rehab or to rent out, rehab and then rent out, or just rehab and flip. So I'm going to make them short. And like I said, I don't have a script. I'm just going to talk. And I'm not naming names. I'm not naming places. I'm not getting into that. I'm just passing on the lesson I learned. And this is a short one. Maybe you already knew this. And, you know, more power to you if you knew this. But this is for people that are like me. This was my very first single family investment property, and no one prepared me for this, even though I spent over 2 years researching this topic before I bought my first property. Okay, have a great day. I hope you learned something, and you can ask me questions if you like. I will be happy to answer any questions you might have. And look for my next video. I'll address a few more things that come into my mind. I try to do it in a logical, sequential order. But of course, you get sidetracked by different other topics probably. So, but anyway, watch for my next video. Thank you, and bye.